smell that? It smells like fresh content.
Oh
my
god. That was fucking killer, man.
Wow.
Oh my god, that was funny.
I didn't think you were gonna laugh that hard.
That was pretty fucking funny, dude.
Damn. All right, welcome back to the BLT Podcast. What is up, guys? It's been a hot minute.
How you doing? That's fantastic.
We have been kind of all over the place because, you know, the fatigue of just being a young adult.
Just gets to you, you know,
gets
man?
to you.
Really?
I mean,
it just drives it on home sometimes, man.
Well, you were sick last week.
That was bad,
yeah.
dude. I haven't been that sick in a long time. I had like a fever of I was like pushing 104.
Yikes.
Yeah, dude.
Were you like oh my god, hallucinating? You were like so fevery?
Definitely like auditory hallucinations.
Ooh.
It was weird. Like I would think people were calling me and like nobody was even upstairs, and I was like, oh no.
Oh no,
man.
it's that kind of yikes.
I gotta take these antibiotics and sleep, you know?
Yeah, right.
That was brutal, dude.
I don't think I've ever been that sick.
Like the weird thing is, like, I don't know, man. Whenever I get like a fever, it's always a really high temp, but like I never feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
That was pretty close.
Yikes.
You know, like I definitely don't want to do that again.
Well, I imagine, like, your body heat is just regular, like, you radiate heat, so I bet, like, a fever is horrible for you.
It's so bad. Because, like, I have the chills, like, I'm, like, freezing, and then all of a sudden, like, I've never been that hot. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just dying, and I have to, like, whip everything off.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. It's, like,
Yikes.
laying there naked in my bed, like, starfishing, like,
Oh,
please,
God.
help me. Fan directly on me and shit.
Oh, man. Wow. Well, it's funny that, like, how body temperatures, like, they're like, oh, 98.8, like, that's the average. But it's actually, like, this massive range because I'm, like, a 97, like, a low 97.
Oh, really?
So if I'm at, like, 100...
That's high for you.
High for me.
Yeah, no
and people
shit.
are like, you're fine. I'm like, no, I'm telling you,
No,
my body temperature is low. Like, I have a fever.
Like, you don't get it, man. Like
I'm
that's
dying.
Hot. That's,
yeah.
like, I'm actually losing it here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
All right. But that's not what we're talking
Yeah,
about today.
right.
We are talking about birth charts because I love astrology. It's one of those things where I'm like, I maybe don't believe in it, but I mostly do. Like, very on the fence.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, this does make sense, but also if you don't believe it, I totally, like, I get it.
Right.
Because it's not confirmed or anything, but.
I don't know. It's like, I want to. Because, like, a lot of shit's too freaky to, like...
It's just too
it's like,
on point.
It's too precise sometimes,
yeah.
you know? Like, it's hard to believe that it's... I don't know. I don't know where I stand, you know? The more I look into it, though, the more I believe in it.
That's exactly where... Like, Grace and I were talking about this the other night. We were like, you know, it's funny how we view it differently. She's like, oh, for me, it could be, like, someone could use it as a religion. It's not hers, but, like... It's like that, whereas I'm like, oh, I view it as a psychology, like, you know, these celestial bodies, like the earth, like sun and everything, affect your personality versus, like, you know, I follow this and, like, I read my horoscope every day.
Right, I got you.
Because anyone who's really into astrology will say, don't read your horoscope every day.
Yeah.
Like, that's garbage.
Yeah, I feel like that would really just put you in a bad spot.
Yeah.
You know?
The thing that you want to pay attention to if you are into, like, checking something every day is where the planets are and, like, what that could have on your personality versus, like, oh, Cancer for the month of July. It's like you want to know what planet is affecting what. So the more precise you get with, like, the stars and everything, which I don't understand.
Right.
Because there's a lot of math in it that I'm just like, you know, I think I'll just do my best.
Yeah, I think I'll just, you know, kind of run with it, see what's going on, you know.
But birth charts are super interesting because you have a sun, a moon, and then the rest of the planets. But the ones that really, like, have an effect on you are your sun, your moon, your rising, and then your Venus, I believe, as well. Venus and Mercury, I think, are the two because they're the planets that are closest to us.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think we should just kind of just do those four because this chart is so long, and I will leave links to all of the, like, to the website that we're using to generate this. But, yeah, it's super interesting.
Wicked interesting.
Yeah. So you enter in your name, your birthday, obviously, that's how you find, well, your name doesn't matter, but your sun sign you get from your birthday, place of birth, and then time of birth. Time of birth, not as important, but it can have an effect on, like, you know, if you're born later in the day and you're right on the cusp of a sign, might be the difference between a couple of traits.
Okay.
Versus, like, and then where is just kind of like where you are in relation to what planet.
Okay.
So I guess that's less important. I don't know. It all has an effect on it.
Right, right.
Okay. So, and I also wanted to do this because when this gets posted, we're transitioning into Cancer, which is my sign, and then you follow right after.
Yeah, there you go.
So.
No shit.
Yep.
Wait, Cancer's the beginning of July?
Cancer starts June 21st.
Okay.
And goes until July 21st, which
Right.
is why you fall into Leo.
Right, right.
Because we both have July birthdays.
Yeah, best month ever, bruh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sickest month of all time.
So, why don't you read off your chart a little, and then we'll just go back and forth.
Okay. So, where should I start?
Scroll back up.
Okay.
This chart. Just
All
read
right.
like the sun is whatever.
All right. Yeah, so my sun is a Leo. Shocker. Mm-hmm. Big surprise. My moon is a Capricorn. Mm-hmm. My Mercury is a Leo as well.
Oh, God.
Didn't know it. Oh, you're going to have to explain that
God.
to me. I don't know what that means, but I love it already.
No, I believe it.
And my Venus is a Gemini, which I don't know.
Okay. So, I'll explain more. To the best of my abilities, I'm
I'm with the audience here. I'm the noob, so
okay. I'm also, like, I'm not an expert. I just
Right.
kind of know a little bit, and then, like, I interpret it the way I interpret it.
Right, right.
So my sun is a Cancer, my moon is a Gemini, my Mercury is a Gemini, my Venus is a Leo, and Mars, if I wanted to do that as well, is also Gemini.
My Mars is Cancer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Sick.
So I guess for you, like, the basic, like, I'll go through each sign and I'll tell you, like, their basic traits and, like, when they fall.
Yes, please.
So for the first sign in the zodiac is Aries, so that's Jonathan.
Yeah.
I'll try and find a person that I think you would, like, know the traits. But the traits are eager, dynamic, quick, and competitive. Does that sound like Jonathan?
Oh, dude. Oh, my God, dude. Eager, fucking. Good God, that kid. Competitive is right, too.
A Taurus is from April 20th to May 20th, and their traits are strong, dependable, sensual, and creative. Do you know anyone with a birthday in between there? Because, like, one of my best friends is a Taurus.
April to what?
April 20th to May 20th.
No, actually. No, I don't think I do.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head, at least.
Okay. Gemini is May 20th to June 20th, and their traits are versatile, expressive, curious, and kind. Now, those are, like, all of my secondary traits because of where they fall, like, in, like, my birth chart.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, obviously, we'll read those, like, descriptions and get more into it.
Right, right.
Cancer, which is me and Grace, so it's interesting.
Oh, I didn't know Grace was, too.
Because she's the 14th.
Right. Yeah. No shit.
So Cancer is from June 21st to July 22nd, and the traits are intuitive, sentimental, compassionate, and protective.
Ah, yeah. Sounds about right. Yep. Sounds about right.
And then this is you. So the Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd, is dramatic, outgoing, fiery, and self-assured.
Yo! Straight up, man. I'm the most dramatic person I know.
You
Holy
are.
shit, dude. That's fucking hilarious. That's just wild, man.
Yeah.
No way.
A Virgo, which is a sign that I have a love-hate relationship with, and I'll explain why later. But Virgo is August 23rd to September 22nd. They are practical, loyal, gentle, and analytical. And I can name four Virgos off the top of my head. It's your mother.
Oh my God. Wow.
My dad. My mom's boyfriend, Brian. And then Jared. My friend Jared's a Virgo as well.
Oh, no, dude.
So
Holy
many
shit.
Virgos.
Oh, my God.
So many.
Too many, dude. What the fuck?
They constantly yell at me to get my shit in order. And I'm like, no.
Straight up, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that so sounds about right.
Yeah.
My God.
Again, I love them and I hate them all at once.
Yeah, right. Damn, me too, dude. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. So Libra is September 23rd to October 22nd. I think Cammie falls into this.
October 4th?
Yes.
Okay.
Rebecca is also... So Rebecca's September 23rd, so she's a cusp. And cusps are pretty cool because they can go either way, really, depending on, like, what time they were born. But usually a cusp, depending on what sign follows or comes before, the one with the stronger, more overbearing traits will take over.
Okay.
So a lot of times... Now, Rebecca is perfectly, like, a cusp. She has a lot of Libra traits. But every once in a while, I'm like, oh my God, you are such a Virgo cusp. Yeah. I can't right now. Well, I have to tell a story, and this is more funny than, like, anything else. She's like, we want to go to the Red Sox game on Saturday, and she's looking for a black and white Red Sox shirt because that's, like, her color scheme. And I was like, we're not going to find this. And I found one, luckily, because I'm really good at finding things.
Right.
But she was, like, so specific about what she was looking for. I was like, oh, my goodness.
Dude, like, take it easy,
It was funny, though. It was more funny than anything. It was like, I was impressed that I found it as well.
Right.
Like,
hey,
yes,
there you go.
it's amazing.
Can't tell you I know of many black and white Red Sox gear.
I found it. It was DKNY.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah.
Good to know.
Yep. If anyone's looking for it. They had a men's version, too, I think.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
But, so the Libra traits are, they are social, fair-minded, diplomatic, and gracious. Sound like Cammie at all? I would say social.
Definitely social. Diplomatic, yes.
I don't know her really super well. Like, I see her all the time, and I don't think I've had, like, a full conversation with her. That's the thing.
Diplomatic is definitely right. I don't know about fair-minded.
Maybe it's a trait she grows into, though. She is...
I wouldn't be shocked.
She's 17.
She's pretty mature for how old she is, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But, yeah, that does kind of sound about right. Definitely the first two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's definitely diplomatic. That's a great way to describe it.
The best way to, like, really, like, kind of, I guess, make sense of the signs is to find that person that's born in there and be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't because you don't know the rest of their chart. But
gotcha.
Yeah. So Scorpio, one of my favorite signs because they're horrible.
Just horrible people.
Yeah, no, they're not horrible people. They're just really hard to fucking deal with.
Okay, all right, I feel you.
Is October 23rd to November 21st, and they are passionate, stubborn, resourceful, and brave.
Oh,
so hard to deal with,
dude. That would drive me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
What is that?
Scorpio.
No, like what's the? It's October to November.
October 23rd to November 21st.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know of anyone you would know, but do you remember that kid Zach I was talking to for a while?
Yes.
He was a cusp Scorpio, and I was
really?
like, oh my God.
Yeah, no wonder, dude. Wow, what the fuck, man? That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you Scorpios.
Oh, Scorpios.
Oh, get out of here.
Sagittarius, this is my mother. And this is November 22nd to December 21st. They are extroverted, optimistic, funny, and generous.
Yeah, there you go. That's Sherry.
Yeah, that's totally my mom.
It's 110% Sherry.
But she's also, they're also fire signs. So they have all of, like, the get out of my way that a fire sign has, which you and Jonathan also fall into fire sign.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Really?
They're all the elements. Like, it's just cool. So
no, it is, dude.
This is, like, the best podcast.
I love that
I'm
shit.
So excited.
Yeah, fucking right.
Capricorn, this is Camille.
Okay.
This is December 22nd to January 19th. And these people are serious, independent, disciplined, and tenacious.
Ooh, that is a little Camille.
It sounds
yeah,
exactly
that's 100%
like
Camille, dude. Fucking right.
This sign is also the least likely to believe in astrology.
Really?
Because it's not proven. Like,
right, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. But Camille, I know Grace has talked to her about it. She, like, gets it because she looked at the rest of her chart. And there are other signs in there to, like, lead her into that path of, like, maybe I do believe it. Right.
Mm-hmm. Shit's cool, man.
Yeah. So Aquarius, the last two signs of the zodiac, they make me laugh so hard. They're next level weird.
Really?
Aquarius is the weirdest fucking person you'll ever meet. And they are January 20th to February 18th. and they are deep, imaginative, original, and uncompromising. They're most likely to believe in aliens.
Okay. I feel you, dude.
Yeah. I don't think I know anyone with that off the top of my head. Like, I knew a couple people in California with that. And then Pisces, this is Grace's moon, and she, like, can out-Pisces anyone. I'm like, really? It's February 19th to March 20th, and they are affectionate, empathetic, wise, and artistic.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the basic rundown on each trait or each sign in their traits. So
right.
Now we have a little bit of a better understanding, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and find like the quick description. Okay, so Sun in Cancer. Here's my short description. She weighs words carefully and can be tenacious, a calm and discreet nature, tender, thoughtful, sensitive, and impressionable. The possible issue is she is humble, timid, changeable, indecisive, lazy, or oversensitive, easily influenced by the family, and sometimes manipulative. So, I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate,
dang,
I gotta say, dude.
Lazy. Like right there. So lazy.
110%,
But yeah,
dude.
I'm a super shy person. When people compliment me, I get nervous and I'm like, oh God, I don't know about that. And I make some horrible, self-deprecating joke that makes people say, stop it.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
Just cut it out,
yeah.
dude. All right. My short description is, he is masterful. He likes authority. Very true. He aspires toward an ideal. Yes. Mm-hmm. He likes to give advice. He is honest, frank, loyal, open, and sincere. Sounds about right, dude. That's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your possible issues are?
Oh, yes. My possible issues are pride, vanity, arrogance, presumption, and disdain for others. That's 110% accurate.
The only one I don't, think that really, makes sense for you is the disdain for others, because you're, such a friendly person. Or at least in my experience. But although I will say, when you're annoyed with someone, you're like,
I fucking hate this person.
Fucking had it.
Right, I'm fucking all set with this person, dude.
And then it's, your rising is Sagittarius.
Okay.
So that also makes sense to me.
Really?
Too, because they're, that really optimistic.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rooting for everybody kind of thing. Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man.
Right?
This is sick, dude.
Yeah.
No way.
So that's just the basic one, but I guess the further we go in, it gets weirder.
Right.
There's just a lot of information. So I'm trying to find the short description. Oh, here it is. Moon in Gemini. So the moon sign. So I think I remember Grace had explained this to me because I couldn't quite grasp it. Uh-huh. So your sun sign is everything you are. Your moon sign, your moon sign is what you are on the inside.
Okay.
And then your rising sign is what, someone who didn't know you would think you would be.
Oh.
So it's your outward self.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And then your Leo sign, I'm sorry. No, your Venus is, your, how you like to be shown affection. So, love life, pretty much.
Is your Venus?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I forget what Mars is. I forget what Mercury and Mars are. All of the different planets mean something, but most people usually rely on their rising, sun, moon, and Venus because that's the things that most affect us.
Right. Let's see. My moon. Well, what is the fucking sign? Capricorn?
Mm-hmm.
I'm reserved and cautious. Attracted to politics? That's not true. Selective. Earthy. Yeah, I'm definitely earthy. Mm-hmm. Success comes by means of other people. Oh, I don't know about that one. And who recognizes his qualities. Oh, success comes by the means of other people who recognize his qualities.
Okay.
I don't know if I get that.
I think it...
Am I stupid?
No, because this website weirdly words things.
Okay.
Success comes by means of other people who value his qualities. I think it pretty much means that you have people building you up. Basically.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that's the gist of it. Again, it is worded super weird.
Right, right. Is it like my reputation precedes me kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say it's like that.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it does, because I don't know what people say about me, but hey,
But does it sound like you're like, okay, so maybe the attracted to politics thing, it doesn't sound like you, but do you spend time, like, thinking about, like, the way things are and, like, why we do them?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do a lot. Like, I sit there and stir about, like, the world sometimes, man. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, people think politics are meaning, like, you're outwardly political, like, you're gonna, like, fist fight someone in a bar because of their ex-belief.
Right.
Not necessarily true. Like, I'm the same way. Like, I think internally about, like, politics, but I'm not gonna sit there and, like, spew it.
Okay. In that case, then I'm with that, then.
Okay.
I forgot the moon was the inside thing. Because I agree with that. I like to think about politics more than people would think I do. Mm-hmm. I just don't like to fucking talk about it. Because everybody gets fucking butthurt about it, dude.
It's the one thing that I'm like, I wish I was better at, like, speaking eloquently and, like, not getting worked up. But it's things that people are so passionate about that it's like, how do you not get so upset? Because it's like, you're literally questioning why I'm trying to live the way I'm trying to live.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Fuck, yeah.
It's a hard thing, but... And then you have potential issues down there?
Yes. Material worries, saving far more than enjoying, restrictions. Does not get carried away by love.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know if I believe... I don't really care about material shit, you know?
No, but are you money conscious at all?
No.
No?
Especially when it comes to, like, my friends, you know?
I'm fucking the same.
I'm so bad,
it's bad.
dude. I went down to... Last time I went down to Philly, because I'm going this weekend. Last time I went, I literally spent, I think, $400 and something on, like, drinks. Like, literally drinks. Like, beer.
Oh, on beer.
Beer.
Wow.
Like, beer. And maybe some Taco Bell, but mostly beer.
$400 on Taco Bell.
Yeah,
sounds like a feast.
Fucking right. I could spend $400 at Taco Bell, though. I love that place,
I say that, but, like, the last time I had Taco Bell, I didn't finish it, so...
Really?
Yeah, I got my usual order, not on topic, but it's a crunch wrap, and then I get a chicken quesadilla.
Okay.
And I, like, couldn't finish the quesadilla because the crunch wrap was so filling.
Yeah.
Crunch wrap's the best thing on
They're
that menu.
Sick, dude. Crunch wraps are sick.
Oh, it's the best. You actually, that's like... So, I have a lot of friends who are vegan. I don't know why I end up in this group always. I have so many vegan friends, and they're like, oh, you should get it, like, this way, and, like, beans, no cheese. And I'm like, actually, that still sounds great, because you still have the shell and the soft tortilla.
Right.
And, like, I fucking love black beans.
Yeah, who doesn't, though? Black beans are sick, man. I do love black beans. I love Taco Bell so much, Taco Bell. Man. It's my favorite thing. Mm-hmm. It's really hard for me to pick between Taco Bell and Wendy's.
Ooh, the last time I went to Wendy's, it was bad.
Really?
So I haven't been since.
Okay.
However, give me that Frosty. I want to dip my fries in it.
Yo, 50 cents, bro. Fucking right. I'm telling you, man. Fuck, dude. Yeah. It's all good, man. I could honestly do, like, a separate podcast on fast food.
Yeah,
we should one day, dude.
One day we could.
We might need to.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So my moon is Gemini. And Grace always says that my Gemini moon takes over because it's like a more... I don't want to use the word arrogant because that's not the right word. But just a more out there sign. Like a more outgoing sign. Despite my quiet nature as a Cancer. She's like, when you get going, you don't fucking shut up. So here's...
Amongst friends, 100%.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah, I would, like... So I felt bad. This is, like, a kind of a weird anecdote, but it relates. So last time we hung out, like, at your party... I felt so bad because I was so out of my element that night.
Really?
I was like, dang it, this girl that he's seeing is here. I kind of want to make a good impression on her. Like, make sure she's not, like, your friends are assholes. Not in a good mood. Was, like, sunburned tired because I had jumped onto the beach. I was like, I got to get out of here before I, like, I'm just not good right now.
I so dig that, man. Fuck.
I'm sure no one noticed because I was really quiet. You did?
I did notice. I was like, fucking Olivia Irish goodnighted me, you fuck.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, damn
I was
it,
like,
dude.
just so not in a good mood. I
I
was like,
feel
I gotta
you, dude.
go.
I've been there, man. I've trust me, been there, dude. Fuck that.
Well, I told Grace where I was going. I'm like, if I don't tell anyone, she's gonna worry. So I better tell Grace.
Yeah, right. You definitely want to tell Grace. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because I did. I asked her. I was like, "You fucking left, didn't she?" So I didn't even say Olivia. She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, fair enough."
Yeah, I felt bad, but I was like, I just gotta go.
No, I don't blame you, man.
All right, I'm going to read this description about my Gemini moon before I tell any more stupid stories. So my Gemini moon says, I have sharp intellect. I like literature. Come on now.
Facts, dude. Utter facts.
And will adapt to all situations and social groups. I don't know about that. Like I just said, Cancer takes over most of the time.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm with you.
I work in contact with the public. No. But again, it's just the moon. So.
Right. Oh, true.
Literary occupations, travel. My potential issues are a lack of follow-up of ideas, indecision, may go back on decisions. That is 100% accurate.
Yep. 100% accurate right there, dude. I feel that. That's so funny, dude.
Yeah. Although I will say, the follow-up on ideas, like, we have a podcast, guys.
Yeah,
like,
straight up.
I can't do that anymore.
Yo, right, man?
Yeah.
Come on. Gotta get with it,
The only decision I really go back on is, I should have gone out. I'm gonna go back home.
Yeah, no, I feel you, dude.
And that's the Cancer sun that takes over. I'm just like, I should have stayed inside. Damn it, I'm leaving.
Right, dude. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've been, like, out and been like, yeah, I should have just stayed on my couch. This would have been better, dude.
Well, here's the thing. Like, growing up, so I was super, like, I'm going to cancel my plans, like, not give a fuck about it.
Right.
So now I try not to do that because I've had people cancel plans on me left and right. And I'm like, this is karma.
Yeah.
But there are some times where I'm like, I really should have just said no straight up.
Yeah.
So.
I know what you mean. Yo, I know what you mean, man.
Like, you're like, oh, I'm just going to try and, like, push through this. Like, I'm just kind of having an anxiety day.
Right.
And it's like, no, the smart decision would have been to stay home.
To just, like, not do this right now.
Yeah.
I so feel that. Story of my fucking life.
Yeah, that's that. I'm trying to think of where the next thing I need to read is. Oh, it has a description. So here it says, the moon represents the emotional responses, unconscious predestination, and the self-image. That makes sense.
Okay.
And again, because there are so many different signs and so many different spots, like, it will kind of contradict itself a little bit.
Right.
Because you never know what trait's going to win. Like, that's the thing. It's like, this is how they could come out.
Right.
Depending, like, based on just this position. Not this position in conjunction with this.
Yeah, I got you.
And I'm sure there's a lot of description we're skipping. Maybe there's more to it.
Right.
But we're doing, like, the bare bones kind of thing.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh, we'll do Mercury, because Mercury, I think, is really cool.
All right.
Mercury represents communication, Cartesian, whatever the fuck that word is, and logical spirit. So my Mercury is in Gemini. And this is one that I forgot where I was going. Yes, me. Mercury and Gemini people are generally quick-witted. They can come across as somewhat scattered, and this is mainly due to their eclectic interests. They seem to know a little about everything. Turn to Mercury and Geminis for lots of facts and figures as well as broad knowledge. Their learning is a little superficial. They generally have too many interests to delve too deeply into any one. These people learn best in a stimulating environment. They get bored easily, but they are fast learners. Impressionable to a fault, Mercury and Gemini people pick up more from their environment than most, and they can process information at lightning speed. The restlessness of Gemini is especially obvious when Mercury is placed in the sign. This is a nervous energy here that is unmistakable. I'm sorry, what?
Dude.
Have you, just any conversation with me, I think you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, right? You can see that one, maybe, No shit, dude.
Yeah.
This is sick.
Read yours. I'm curious.
Am I in the right spot here?
Yes, Mercury.
Okay. Mercury and Leo. He wants to know the bottom line and can be good at scoping out a situation and finding answers to problems. In fact, he is a problem solver and will spend a lot of time helping others solve problems if need be. Very friendly and usually positive, he can be charming in a warm way. Enthusiastic speaker, speaks with authority and sincerity. Great sense of organization, playful, likes to take risks in jest and for amusement. Might sometimes come across too strongly or offend sensitive folk with a somewhat authoritative tone. Yeah, I feel like that kind of does apply a little bit, man.
I think that really does.
Yeah, dude.
Especially the sentence where it's like, you're warm and very friendly.
Yeah, dude,
like,
right?
That's super true. And, like, my mom always points this out, which I think is hilarious. She's like, Olivia, you were so quiet before you started hanging out with, like, Bill and Jonathan and everything.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, yeah, because I, like, weirdly feel safe amongst them, even though our opinions constantly
Yo,
butt heads.
It's funny as shit, man. I love
it. We have very different views on, like, what we want out of life and how things should be,
right.
But we're still good friends.
Fuck yeah, man.
Because it's such a welcoming environment.
Right,
like,
exactly,
yeah.
you know? That's, we've always tried to instill that, you know, like, no sense of being a dick. Let everybody speak their mind, man, you know?
And then sometimes your jokes are just like, straight up, I'm being a dick.
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah, absolutely. I'm coming after you. I'm coming at you with heat-seeking missiles. It's that fucking, dude,
I've been
I've
been on the receiving end of that. Wow.
Dude, especially when I'm hammered, man. I'm coming right after you, dude. I'm not afraid of anything.
However, I will say, you usually go after Grace when you're drunk.
Oh, it's poor Grace, man. I really do abuse poor Grace,
she
dude.
She can take it.
I know, that's the thing, is like, that's the thing, is I do it to Grace because I know she can handle it. And I know when enough is enough with Grace. Like, if I have to stop, I know I do. But, like, oh, man, it's so funny, like, really pissing her off, dude.
Because it's really easy to do.
It's so easy to just get under her skin, man. I love it. Every second of it, I love it. Dude, it's so funny.
Goodness.
Oh,
but,
man.
like, we looked at this a couple months ago, like, briefly, but, like, it's crazy to me how, like, pretty accurate this stuff is.
Yeah, dude.
And, like, given, like, you don't know everyone in your life's birth chart, but just the sun sign alone, I'm just like, yeah, you know, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. No, it really does, man. Especially, like, when people you know, like, super well, too. Like, just little nuances and shit like that, right? It's so wild, dude. This shit's fascinating.
It's really bad because sometimes I'll just go on Facebook and I'll, like, look up people's birthdays and, like, I kind of guess where they were born, like, based on, like, if I know the area or not.
Right.
I'll look at random people's birth charts and I'll be like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, right,
It's like some random person that I haven't spoken to in years, and I'm like, that makes sense.
I get this. Yeah, I understand. No, that makes sense. No shit. That's cool. I kind of want to start doing that.
That is a late night quest, let me tell you.
I feel you. I feel like that's a rabbit hole, man. Like, once you go down it, you're fucked.
I'm like the queen of late night rabbit holes. Because I'm like, I can't friggin' sleep. It's a shock to me that I don't have any Aquarius in my birth chart.
Really?
Because that is such an Aquarius thing to do.
Oh, just like stay up late.
It's not necessarily stay up late, but
just like dive deep into shit.
The conspiracy theories and like the deep dive.
Yeah,
it's like,
dude. I love that shit.
But I guess that's where, like, the Mercury, like, I want to, like, kind of, like, search every little thing that I can.
Yeah, right. No, it makes sense, man.
Yeah.
Fucking right, dude.
I guess we'll do Venus, but did you have anything that, like, you're specifically in, like, what, I guess, aspect would you be interested in? So, like, there's love, power, like, your life lesson. Oh, what's the life lesson? I think it's Saturn? No, I don't know. I'll scroll through, but we'll do Venus first. Okay. Because my Venus is Leo, so it's like, what is it? Here it is. Venus represents an interest in emotions and values, exchange and sharing with others. So, like, your love language, essentially.
Right.
And Leos are all about the self.
Yeah.
So,
well,
not like self-centered, but like the ruling planet is the sun. There's a brightness and like it's the center of everything.
Right.
So that's where it comes from.
Right.
So I always think it's funny that it's like, oh, god damn it, like the quietest little person, and it's like, love me.
Yeah, right. Please
love me. But here's my short description for my Venus in Leo. Sincere, frank, and warm affection. She is full of tenderness, high hopes, and love. She likes to live and satisfy her passions to the fullest. Can be possessive and might even seduce for the sake of seducing to prove herself that she is attractive. I don't know if you've met me, that's not really a thing, but very proud in love and warm-hearted and generous with loved ones. That's true. I'm constantly like, whatever you want, like, I'll do it. Like, I don't care.
Right. No shit.
I don't know about the seducing for the sake of seducing.
No?
That's not me.
You sure?
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah.
It's totally you, man. You're always out in the town, you know? Fucking get, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
That could not be more opposite of
right?
who you are, dude. That's so funny. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm fucking out with a guy every
every night, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, dude.
I don't, like... that's so opposite of me because, like, I've never even been on, like, I don't have Tinder. I don't have anything like that. I've never even signed up for it.
Right,
like,
fuck that. Yeah, me neither.
No, because I hear horror stories from people. I'm like, I don't have the time or the patience for that. I will probably just yell at someone and be like, where's your mother?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Where's your mother?
Do you speak to your mother with that mouth?
Right?
Fucking.
Like, I don't want your unsolicited dick pic. Thank you. I'm calling the cops.
No way.
I'm
That sounds horrible. I'm calling the cops.
Horrible.
That's fucked, man. I didn't know it was that bad.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
All right, where is this me here?
Yes, there's a short description at the bottom.
Is it? Is it? Now I'm in Cancer.
No, hold on. Yeah, mine has a short description. Does yours not?
No.
Hold on, scroll down. Nope, there's just a lot to say about Venus and Gemini, apparently.
Time to warm up the
Grab
vocal
a
cords.
snack.
Yeah. All right. Venus and Gemini people will try to win over the object of their affection with witty conversation, displaying just how much they know, and demonstrating their diverse interests. These lovers are playful. Some might even call them a tease. They are hard to pin down, and they resist relationships that promise to become too comfortable. Even those with their sun in Taurus or Cancer, whose outward demeanor may suggest some reserve and caution, will want their relationships to be stimulating and full of conversation with Venus in Gemini. Venus and Gemini people don't want to be tied or bogged down in their relationships. They appreciate lightheartedness and love. Although they are willing to talk, perhaps endlessly, about the relationship, you may get the feeling that they gloss over some of the deeper issues. In love, their tastes change often, and it can be hard to know what to expect from one day to the next, or sometimes from 1 hour to the next. Wild. I don't know about that.
I think the tied down part
sounds
really right to
me. A little
me.
bit, yeah.
I mean, I've never dated you, so
yeah,
I
right, true,
fucking know.
Right, seriously.
But
definitely the latter half of college, that sounds about right.
Oh, man.
I mean, hey, I wasn't a douchebag, but...
Okay, I think we'll not count the toxic relationship.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't great. That
No.
definitely was not good. That was actually very bad.
Yeah.
Definitely not great.
No, but that doesn't shock me that you're like, I don't know about, like, being... Although I do believe if you fall in love, like, that's fucking it. You're done.
Yep, for sure, man. Like, that's the thing is, you know, just kind of want to, you know, I mean, hey.
But I think of it also, okay, so maybe you find your one person, like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But if the second they tried to control you, you'd be like, absolutely not.
That's more so what it is that I agree with in this description is I hate being controlled.
Told what to do.
Or told what to do. It drives me fucking crazy. Like, I'll, like, if I like somebody, I'll spend a lot of time with them, and I'll be happy to do it. And
you'll listen.
And I'll listen, and I enjoy the conversation and talking to them, but, like, the second I get told to do something, like...
Yeah, it's not happening.
That ain't flying with me, dude. I'm going to live my life the way I like to, you know? Fucking... Yeah, man.
More toxic relationships.
Yeah, no, seriously, dude. Like, trying to get me to stop smoking pot? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Have you met me, dude?
Oh, I can't believe.
Do you know who I am?
A thing
Dude,
that happened.
Like, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Like, have you met me before, or like, is this new to you?
Right.
You know,
and like, not for nothing, if anyone has reservations about Bill smoking pot, like, it's really not at all bad. Like, you literally don't that often.
Dude, seriously, especially the older I've gotten, you know, like,
Yeah.
I've naturally kind of curbed off, but like, hey man, I'm trying to rip a joint on a weekend, you know, like, and if it's been a long day, instead of a beer, I'm gonna grab a gibber, you know, like, that's about it, right? You know, like, fuck that, man. Take it easy. Let me live my life, dude.
Right.
You know.
It's not like you endanger your health because there is a huge difference. To me about people who like even with smoking pot, they like put their lives and others in danger versus like been a long day. I'm going to sit on the couch.
Yeah, right. Exactly, man. That's where I'm at, you know? Like, ooh, been a long one. I'm just going to veg out real quick, you know? Just melt my brain a tad.
Yeah, like, it's just a thing.
Exactly,
but,
you know?
So yeah, that, I, like, the Leo, or not the Leo, what the fuck? The Venus in Leo for me always is so interesting because at first I was like, there's nothing Leo about me, like, there's no, like, I'm not, like, a fire sign at all, and then I read the description, and then, like, I really had to, like, sit with myself and think about it,
Right.
and it's like, damn it.
Yeah, right. Like, literally sitting there just thinking about it, you know?
Yeah, that's the other thing, too, like, acknowledging if astrology is real or not. It's like, are you prepared to sit with yourself and, like, look at your bad traits, too?
Right,
because it does talk about, like, there's a possible issue. Cancer can be manipulative. And I'm like, dang it, you're right.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
I can, you know.
I can manipulate a situation. I
really
try
can.
really hard not to.
Right, but
I
you know, it just kind of happens,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
Can't fight it, you know? It is your sign, man, you know? That's just who you are.
yeah.
Fucking, that's hilarious.
What's your one that you have in Cancer? I just want to hear that because it's my sign and I want to see how it...
Mars?
So Mars represents the desire for action and physical energy.
Okay.
Because Cancer is like a pretty docile, caring sign. So if it's paired with physical energy, I want to like... That's interesting. Let's hear it. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta warm the chops back up.
Is there a shorter description?
I don't think so, man. They're just not giving
one?
me any of the short ones.
Okay.
Fucking, what a bunch of dicks. This position inclines toward passive aggressiveness. These people seem to resist change and to shy away from direct confrontations. They need to feel secure before they act. As a result, they can appear rather slow at times. Their motto is, the best offense is defense. If we're talking football, fucking absolutely. They may appear weak to some, but they can be very strong. Their strength lies in their tenaciousness. Their sex drive can be very tied up with emotional need. At their best, they turn others on with a protective, almost therapeutic way about them. The protective nature of Cancer is best expressed when Mars in Cancer natives are turning the energy outward, when they are being the protectors of others. Turning it inwards is when there are problems. They must avoid oversensitivity and self-protection when it comes to sex. Wow, this is awesome. Some Mars in Cancer people are especially turned on by the thought of creating a baby. Whoa. That got way too real, way too fast.
We've had a conversation.
Holy shit,
like
I didn't know we were doing this, man. Oh my god. What the fuck,
Well,
dude?
it's funny to me that comes up because we had a conversation a couple weeks ago where I was like, I don't really want kids, but like I would adopt a kid.
I
and
want
you
a fucking
were,
kid
like,
so
you
bad.
want your own children.
I want kids so bad. Though.
Yeah.
I like that's pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie. I
So,
fucking
like,
love kids, man.
Yeah, so it comes down to like you're like, yes, having something that is my own, like, yeah,
Right.
that's exciting to me.
Yeah,
I don't know
absolutely.
if like they worded that properly with the like
Yo,
it turns me on.
Yeah, it really
but
turns me on thinking about babies.
But it gross.
Well,
but it
babies.
excites you in a way.
Right.
So
no,
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay.
And that does make sense, especially like when it talks about like Cancer being protective. Like you're pretty protective of Cammy.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I don't even like... Oh, I hate boys. They're fucking terrible. Oh, I hate them all. Because I was one of them once.
Yeah.
Still kind of
So
am.
basically, this is just describing Bill as a hella dad.
Yo, facts, actually. Yo, that's so true,
That's
dude.
what it is.
That is exactly who I am, man. That's slow, yeah. Fucking right, man. Best offense is a defense. I mean, I'm telling you, we're talking fucking between the hash marks. Yeah, fucking right. Absolutely.
My Mars is Gemini. I don't think we want to hear more about the fact that everything in my chart is fucking Gemini. So let's see if I can find another interesting one for myself. Jupiter represents expansion and grace. This one's short. Mine is in Scorpio, which is probably why I'm such a sloot for Scorpios.
Yeah, I bet, dude. Fucking right.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Hey, man, you know, each to their own, right?
I won't
you
even
know?
like someone and they'll be like, oh, I'm a Scorpio. I'm like, oh, really
Oh,
now?
really? No way. Let's fucking chat.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm like, Jesus. Because they're so just like, the only way I can describe it is if you think of an actual scorpion, and a fact about scorpions is that if you light a ring of fire around them, they will kill themselves.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So Scorpios and scorpions themselves act like they're really tough, but when it comes down to the wire, they're not weak-willed, but they
They're
don't.
soft.
They don't see a way out.
How does it kill itself?
They sting itself.
No way.
It's wild.
That is insane,
It's
dude.
It's on YouTube.
I'm gonna have to see it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
It's
crazy.
insane. But like relating to a Scorpio as a person, obviously, there is a way out. Like they're
Right.
more resilient than that, but they will kind of like break down, and they don't really have, not the strength. I don't know how to put this properly. They have a harder time getting out of a dark spot.
Right. I got you.
Than, say, any other sign.
Right.
Than a Sagittarius.
Okay.
Because they don't have that optimism.
Right.
And then if we talk about, like, colors related with each sign, Scorpios have all dark colors, whereas everyone is, like, blues and golds and greens.
Right. Okay.
It's, like, crazy cool.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
no shit.
really, let me pick your brain.
Oh, aren't you dark and mysterious?
Yeah, like, let me pick your brain, and then let me try and, like, motherly Cancer.
Yeah.
And
Let me
it's
just,
like, stop.
Let me just try to help this out real quick.
But they're a water sign, so I'm like, oh, you have, like, emotional depth to you. You just
Right.
don't want to acknowledge it the way that a Cancer wants to acknowledge every emotion.
Let's talk about this.
It's a problem.
Oh, it's fucking fantastic.
I'm so sorry to any of my Scorpio friends that have had a conversation with me. It's really a problem.
Olivia's just over there trying to dig every single thing out
Right?
of it.
Like, tell me about that dark
so
past.
what's going on over there, huh?
What you think about there, Scorpio?
What's going on, darky? Huh? How you doing?
Yeah, they're like, I've had it with the Cancer. Like, it's funny because all of the water signs are the most emotional.
Really?
Cancer is the cardinal sign, so it's like the motherly sign of all of them. Wants to acknowledge every emotion and take care of every emotion, whereas then you have a Pisces, which feels their emotions so strongly and everyone else's emotions.
Right.
So it's just constantly like waves of emotion.
Right.
Worse than a Cancer.
Really?
Yeah, they're gonna empathize with everyone and like be super understanding. They're great.
Right.
That's Grace's moon.
Right. Okay.
So, like, if you think about any of her relationships, she's going to take on any of their pain.
Right.
And then you have Scorpio, the dark horse of the zodiac, who just feels everything. Was like, I'm good, I'm cool. And it's like,
chilling.
It's like, stop bottling it up and just fucking
tell me.
talk.
Just tell me, you asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
God damn it.
Oh, man, that's why things didn't work out with that Scorpio.
Yo, right, straight up. Now we
Don't
know, man. Fucking seriously.
It makes me laugh now. I'm just like, that's why that didn't work out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Fucking right, dude.
But my Jupiter, expansion and grace in Scorpio, so that's interesting to me. She attracts the most good fortune when she puts her all into a project or undertaking and uses her magnetic powers, a Magneto over here, magnetic powers to heal others. What did I just say about me wanting to talk to Scorpios? Enthusiastic for deeper studies and meanings. What did I just say? All that is taboo or mysterious. Psychology.
Jesus.
Values, decisiveness, intensity, willpower, commitment, and strength. Jesus.
Take it easy
Very
over there.
strong problem-solving nature.
Dude, that's too much for me, man.
I can't. This is
my
awesome.
God, dude.
Cutting to the chase, science and research may be prosperous avenues. Science, not so much, but research, heck yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Give
dude.
me a topic. I'll ruin it for myself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fucking rip it to shreds,
Right.
man.
That's
wild, man.
That is wild.
That's too real, dude. What the fuck is that, man? Good God.
Oh my God.
What is the universe, dude?
I'm like dizzy.
Yeah, I'm dizzy. No fucking way, man. That's too weird,
That's
man.
crazy.
What the fuck? Juniper, man. Or Jupiter, rather.
Juniper.
Jesus Christ.
Yours
Jupiter's
is
the
in
one,
Capricorn.
man. All right, what is that? Let's figure out
So
that.
Capricorns are really like the most down to earth and realistic. So if I'm like out here on like fucking not even cloud 9, cloud 20.
Yo, right? Seriously, cloud 20, fucking 9, man.
What's Capricorn?
Let's find out. He attracts the most good fortune, and when organizing and directing, conducting himself with integrity, acting ethical, and being mature. He values the long-term achievement, responsibility, and manifestation. Success through resourcefulness and avoiding activities that waste time, energy, or resources. Good at streamlining, position, or status is important to him. That's like close. I definitely think the first half of that, 110%.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, that is me, the whole thing, actually. The more I'm reading it. I do love streamlining shit. Just like trim the fat. Let's get the fuck out of here and do it right.
Mm-hmm. But
also, huge ethics guy. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
Gotta have it done right and honorably, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll make something harder on myself to like have it done with integrity.
Good.
I do that all the time.
I'm huge on integrity. I hate when people cut
Jonathan
corners.
fucking hates that. Jonathan like yells at me for it all the time.
I'm gonna have to do Jonathan's birth chart, like not on here because it's not here. But my God,
that would be fantastic, dude. I'd love to see the inner workings of that shit.
You know,
man.
I bet they're. I'm just waiting for there to be like a negative trait that Jonathan doesn't like and be like, all right, this is not real.
Yeah. Straight up, like he'd love all the
garbage.
good stuff, and then like second one bad, he'd be like, this is trash. This isn't real. Fucking kid, man.
I love that kid. He
Yeah,
makes me
right.
laugh.
Dude, same, man. I'm cracking up all the fucking time with that kid.
I'm trying to think about. All right, I think we can wrap this up a little bit.
Sure.
Oh, look for your ascendant, because that's the other big one.
Okay. My Saturn's pretty accurate.
What was the Saturn one?
In Aries. Self-consciousness can be a problem. Must learn to develop self-confidence. Is bothered by a me-first attitude in others, but must learn that me-first is sometimes necessary in moderation. Fucking pinpoint accurate right there.
What's the description of what the Saturn means? Represents connection and effort, or contraction?
Contraction and effort. Okay.
Interesting.
That feels right, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's find that ascending.
Sagittarius.
Oh,
these are long descriptions.
Yep, these are big ones.
I'm going to read the first paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long paragraph.
It's quite right.
But those born with Ooh, actually, this is interesting because there's a Sagittarius thing in here, and that's what your ascendant is.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Wild.
All right.
Crazy.
Wow. I just love this shit so much.
Dude, it's sick. It's
the
really
Jupiter
sick.
one still has me like,
I'm
like,
it should,
what
dude.
the heck?
What the fuck, man? That one's blowing my mind, dude. Holy
you guys
shit.
like go on this big long rant about, let me get deeper into this, and then it's like seeks all of this shit. Well, fuck.
Yeah, everything you just said was fucking right there in that paragraph, man.
Oh, that was wild.
That was weird.
I don't know how to recover. Anyway, those born with Gemini rising see the world as a place to learn. Accurate. They're curious about the people around them. Accurate. Sounds familiar to Sagittarius rising. Well, it is, but there are some important differences. While Sagittarius seeks to expand their mental and physical horizons in a broad sense, Gemini is mostly interested in moving about in their social circles. Interesting.
Very interesting.
These are people who love to ask questions, to move around freely, and to mingle. Depends on what you're talking about. Definitely restless and often quick in physical expression. Have you seen me get angry? Natives of Gemini ascendant exude an air of impatience. Yep. Even if they don't mean it. Yep. In fact, there is a cleverness to Gemini ascendants that can intimidate some, especially sensitive folk. I'm pretty sensitive, so like, let's be careful with that one.
Let's take it easy, all right?
I agree with most of this, though. Their facility with words can be a wonderful asset, although sometimes Gemini rising individuals identify too much with their mental agility and forget in their personal interactions and communications to nurture the people around them. A certain lack of warmth in a presentation can be the result, and although this style is generally a facade, it is not immediately apparent to most. People with, that was weird, worded so weird. People with, for example, hated that.
That was terrible.
Predominant water signs may feel a little ill at ease with Gemini rising people. That doesn't make sense because that's my sign is a water sign. That is before they get to know them more personally, while strong air types more fully appreciate their fun and cleverness of these individuals. Okay. So truly, honestly, this talks about how, like, what I'm getting from it, and this is an internal struggle in myself, is that my emotions and my logical brain, they argue every day.
It's kind of a constant battle.
Every situation. So a lot of times the logic will win, but then like I make the logical decision, and then my emotions are like, you did the wrong thing,
right.
and I'm like, shit.
Yeah, right. I feel that.
Because my constant thing is I'm like, don't be too emotional, because and we could get into what society says is acceptable behavior. Right. Basically, if you're more stoic, it's more acceptable because you shouldn't let your emotions like dictate how you act. Mm-hmm. But it's also like you got to find a balance between the two. Right. And I think this is kind of talking about like how, because of my rising sign is Gemini, the intellectual will take over, but you got to acknowledge the emotions of the Cancer and the water signs. So, but I do like the fact that it compared like our 2 rising signs. And how it's like it's a place to learn, which makes sense because like Grace is like, it's funny how Bill adapts to like when he's with you. You guys have like really interesting conversations, and I'm like, no, I think Bill just is like into what we're saying. Yeah. He's not just adapting.
Fuck yeah, man! I enjoy that shit.
So I think it's interesting that like that's where the connection is.
Right. Let's go for it. Let's
hear it.
See where it's at, man. The world is filled with adventure, new things to experience, and most of all, hope with this ascendant. There is an unmistakable faith and enthusiasm with Sagittarius rising people. Grand schemes, big promises, and a willingness to explore and experiment are themes, although follow-through is not a strong characteristic of Sagittarius. These individuals are somewhat restless and often active people. They always seem to be looking for something that is just out of grasp, and many do this their entire lives. They can be quite direct at times, yet they are likable enough to forgive their faux pas. Most have a lot to say and offer. Their insights and opinions are usually interesting and exciting, although sometimes lacking in details. Yeah, it feels about right.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, I'm a big talker. Mm-hmm. Fucking, let's see if you can do it, though, bruh. Yeah, no, that does feel right, though, man. I like to learn and explore, man. I do want to experience new shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know about hope.
I think that's just general optimism, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, no. You know what? I'm with you. I think I'm a little hopeful in that case. Then.
Mm-hmm. I guess my big question for you, since you studied psych, how do you feel about like all of this and like, I guess just as a psychology versus like a pseudoscience and just like something that people are weirdly into.
Right.
Every 20 years or so.
I'm pretty fascinated by it. I think it's for me, it's like one of those things where like sometimes it's too accurate to like ignore, and other times it's too wrong to trust.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like and most of the time, well, like for me, for example, everything I've read has been more or less pretty accurate. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, like, that's insane. Like, I think that's really fucking crazy, and I can get behind this sort of shit. But I can see how somebody who, like, has a more analytical brain, who, like, literally would call upon every possible inch of evidence, would think that this isn't the most accurate kind of way to represent a person. I think if you're talking grand scheme overview of, like, a person's general personality, rather, that this is pretty accurate shit. Like, a lot of this is fucking spot on, kind of freaky, like almost weird. But if you're going like if we're talking like every second of every day, not necessarily.
See, here's the thing.
But that's too much.
Yeah.
You know? Like, why you gotta like be that critical?
Yeah.
You know, like you're generally one kind of person, and like maybe tomorrow I'm fucking more analytical, and then the next day after that I'm fucking way more Leo than I should be. You know what I mean? Like it's a general trend, kind of like arc, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I would like versus like versus like say the Enneagram test. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, well it's like there's 9 types, and then they have wings. So like I know mine because Grace was talking about it once, and mine is like a type 4 wing 5, and it's basically this, but people would say that is a more valid psychology than this, I guess.
Okay. Huh.
Or even like the INFJ.
Yeah.
That's more legit than say this, even though this is based on like like, not just, oh, we're taking what we see in you. This is based on, like, a science, like, where the stars are. And,
right.
Like, that, I guess.
I believe more in this than I do that shit.
Yeah.
That IJNF fucking crap.
Those are also taken with a massive bias because you answer the question. So I'm like, you don't get to answer questions in this.
Right. It just gives you the fucking info.
Yeah.
Yeah. It tells you what you are instead of letting you fucking kind of mosey your way on through it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, whenever you, like, especially back in the day, I don't really ever do it anymore, but, like, actually, I don't ever do it anymore. But, like, if you ever take one of those, like, Facebook quizzes.
I love
like,
those.
Who are you in this show? And, like, I know who I want to be, so I fucking answer the questions to make me fucking that person, you know what I mean?
Like, when we were like, oh, what Game of Thrones house are we in? And, it like, we were just kind of dicking around, but...
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not accurate. You answer those questions.
Right. There's so much personal bias in that shit. Like, any sort of... One thing that I've gathered from, like, the collegiate experience that I've had is anything based on the subject answering their own, like, questions, bullshit. Don't believe it. Because people really falsify... People, like, are posers, man. They want to be what they want to be, and they will influence... They're smarter than you give them credit. They'll influence whatever they can to make them look a certain way in their eyes or the eyes of others. Yeah. I never... Like, whenever a study has self-report or something, when I'm reading it, like a research of some kind, I don't discount the whole study, but I discount, like, that section.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is dog shit. People are just gonna fucking... Unless it's, like, done really well and hidden. Like, if we're talking about, like, you know, they do a personality test and they give people a quiz about bubblegum, I honestly I would believe the bubblegum quiz in terms of personality more than I would, like, fucking...
I guess, you know, if we're just going to relate it to bubblegum because that's a very simple thing. Go. You know, no one's going to judge you if you're like, oh, I like... I almost said fruit by the foot. What the heck is it?
Close. Oh, shit.
What is that?
Oh,
bubble
fuck.
tape.
Okay.
Jesus.
Wow, dude.
If you
my
like
God.
bubble tape versus, I don't know, fruit stripe brown.
Right.
Or something
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Like, that's not, like, a really big bias. No one's going to judge you.
Right. Nobody's going to fucking call you out for that.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's another thing, too, is, like, people want to, like, look cool all the time. So, like, any sort of... Nobody's ever going to truthfully answer self-deprecatingly on, like, a...
Me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, besides you and probably myself and a few other folks, like, nobody's going to answer, like, a self-deprecating question on a quiz or survey or anything like that.
Which is the big critique of astrology is that people say, oh, it just gives you a quick little, like, really positive thing that could fit anyone. I'm like... That's not true astrology, though.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like this is a little snippet.
That's in Vogue. Like, that's in the back of every stupid magazine you read when you're pooping.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
that's not
dude.
Accurate.
That's the thing, man. It's like
you really want to know. You got to look at your birth chart and where the stars are, and like you know, there are things on those birth charts that we really skipped over, like the trines and like the square moon, and I'm like. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, right.
But, like, the basic descriptions, I think I understand, and I think they're pretty accurate.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? You gotta, like, actually delve into it, and before you can discount something, you kind of have to research it a little bit.
Yes. Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't just, like, take something at face value and be like, fuck that. There's no way... I hate when people do that. It drives me crazy. You can't just, like, immediately... take something at face value and say, you know what, no.
That's, like, the best part about, you know, having a human brain is, like, you can research and know everything about this one subject and be like, but I don't believe it.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I went and took my time and, like, did my research, got all my facts, and I still don't agree with it.
Exactly. See, that's, like, the point, man.
Yeah.
That's what the brain is fucking there for, you know what I mean?
No one knows how to use it.
Dude, seriously, people are, like, falling by the wayside these days. Crazy. Fucking kills me, man.
Yeah.
Do your fucking research. All right? Jesus.
Yeah. But this was fun.
Yeah, no, this was awesome. I'm probably gonna do this for like another hour and a half.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
totally.
Seriously, man, this is sick.
This is the best topic to talk about.
Fuck yeah,
like
man.
ever.
Seriously, man. Is there a way to like link it?
Yes, I will put it in the description of our podcast.
Oh, dude.
I think the best place to get the link, however, is if you go to our YouTube channel and. Yeah, the YouTube channel or the original hosting site, Anchor, has a full description. Spotify, iTunes, they have it, but no one's clicking on the description.
Right, I got you, yeah.
So, but it's also, if you just type into your Google search, birth chart, Cafe Astrology, it's the first one, and it's like a really comprehensive, easy to digest for beginners, like, one. Because I've looked at some and I'm like, I don't fucking know what that means.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, I'm still just a noob over here.
Yeah, seriously, man, me too.
I fucking love astrology. So, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I hope that I convinced you guys that this stuff is accurate. But I'm also like, if you don't believe it, cool.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Cool. I'm still going to bring it up in conversation.
Right, it still means everything to you, man. It's still going to bring it up to the Scorpios,
And not for nothing. I do think it's way, way funnier of a joke to, like, when you're having a bad day. It's like, why is Olivia crying at a dog food commercial? I can't help it. I'm a Cancer.
Yeah, right.
Or it's like, why is Bill, like, being so selfish? He's extreme
I'm a Leo, man.
He's extreme
I just can't tell,
Like, it's way funnier to, like, joke around about that.
Right.
Than, like, to actually be like, this is defining every part of me.
Right.
Because astrology doesn't account for any kind of, like, personal tragedy or illness or, like...
Right.
Just the day-to-day stuff. Doesn't tell you that you're going to drop your $100 bill on the street.
Right, exactly, It's not it's not like an exact, precise science, man.
That's...
A little bit of philosophy in there,
Yep.
It's what it's all fucking about,
it's so
man.
cool. It's so cool.
It's
like,
sick, dude.
I just advise everyone to look at it.
Please
just a little bit, but...
It's eye-opening, man. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
I gotta look at everyone's birth chart now.
Yeah, straight up, dude.
I also, there's a series of videos by this girl named Kendall Ray, and she goes and does, like, a really easy breakdown of each sign that is super entertaining as well.
Really?
Yeah. She talks about, like, what celebrities are what and their traits and how they show them throughout. So, like, when she did Gemini, she was like, a lot of rappers are Geminis because they have such rapid minds and they spit words like nobody's business.
Right.
She talked about, like, Andre 3000 and all of that.
Oh, shit.
But also the dual personality of a Gemini. Take someone... Donald Trump is a Gemini.
Is he really?
Yes, he is.
No
Michael Pencil, who is Mike Pence. I just like calling him Michael Pencil. Kanye West. I said Andre 3000 already, but, like, just all of these people who just never stop talking.
Right, exactly.
Are Geminis.
Yeah.
So.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's wild,
yeah.
Dude. Fascinating.
I'll send you all these
Yeah,
links.
please,
seriously,
please send me all of these links, man.
And they'll all be in the description because I spend a lot of time talking about this stuff.
Fucking right, dude. Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. But that's good for now. I have a question for you. This relates to you guys as well, so leave a comment.
Please.
In terms of our schedules, how do you feel about me posting a podcast every other week, but we still record every week? So that way I have a backlog.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
That works for me.
If you guys don't like that, please let me know, and we'll keep posting
we'll keep
every
rolling.
week.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's a lot easier. I think,
no, for sure.
Because the two of us, we're
Pretty
still
wild
trying
schedules.
to be a people.
Yeah, no, it's hard being a thing,
Yeah.
Being a person is difficult.
If this was our full-time thing, it wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, not
but
at all.
It's not.
Yeah.
So.
We'll figure it out.
We record Monday or Tuesday nights, depending on what's happening.
Yeah, right, seriously. Oh, God.
Right. But thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed us going down quite the rabbit hole.
Fuck yeah, man.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Catch you around.
All right. Bye.
Later.